Alex is someone I get along very well with on and off the court. Again, another physical battle, but obviously against an opponent that was, playing on a high level. So I'm glad to overcome it. I was really blown away by how inspired she was. I mean, I was blown away by watching great athletes on that.
The tennis world is once again in a frenzy because to Novak Djokovic, and this time it's all about Alex Eala. Djokovic has once again made it quite evident that he wholeheartedly supports the up-and-coming Filipino star ahead of the Miami Open 2026. People in the tennis community are paying close attention to how he described her, since it wasn't only a light-hearted remark. This was more than a courteous acknowledgement. This was Novak Djokovic going all out in support of Alex Eala, praising her skill, attitude, work ethic, and presence in the game. People pay attention when a player such as Novak Djokovic speaks so strongly about someone. Djokovic stated that he and Alex Eala got along well both on and off the court, according to the most recent rumors surrounding Indian Wells and the run-up to Miami. That communicates a lot on its own. Respect must be earned in tennis, especially from a legend like Djokovic, who has witnessed every type of player, personality, and possibility come and go. Therefore, it is important when he speaks positively about someone's character and how they behave when they are not in the spotlight. However, he went one step farther. After Eala was eliminated from Indian Wells, Djokovic reportedly paid her a visit and chose to concentrate on what she did next rather than the disappointment of the defeat. His admiration seemed to intensify at that point. He complimented her for locking back in right away, the way she went back to work and focused entirely on getting ready for the Miami Open. That was an encouraging response, in his opinion. Not the victory, not the publicity, not the focus, the reaction, the self-control, and the readiness to return to training and continue improving. To be honest, that might be the most meaningful type of compliment.
First time to play with these guys, and it was fun. It was fun. It was a lot of laughter.
Because a player's victory can be celebrated by anybody. When the crowd is yelling and the headlines are blazing, anyone can declare a young talent exceptional. However, there is a distinct degree of admiration when a great like Djokovic highlights a player's ability to overcome hardship, deal with defeat, and maintain focus. This indicates that he perceives Alex Eala on a deeper level. He spots a rival. He perceives a serious sportsman. He sees someone who is creating something genuine rather than merely chasing moments. Djokovic didn't end there. According to reports, he claimed that Alex Eala is much more amazing in person than she is on television. Take a moment to consider that. One of the best racket players in history is this one. Discussing a young WTA star in a way that gives the impression that she possesses additional equipment, aura, or quality that the camera is unable to adequately capture. He said she was an amazing athlete. Someone who is making a name for herself in the WTA for all the right reasons. Not for noise, not for gimmicks, not for controversy, but for the proper reasons. Her discipline, effort, attitude, and tennis skills.
I was really blown away by how inspired she was. I mean, I was blown away by watching great athletes on that rink.
In order to support Eala, Djokovic even had a little encounter session, which he reportedly quite enjoyed. He reportedly remarked that it was great to have her there and that it was his first opportunity to play with her in such an environment. That small additional tone of surprise and praise, however, was what really jumped out. "She's really good," he said. That may seem straightforward on the surface, but from Novak Djokovic's perspective, it lands differently. The greatest of the best have shared the court with him. He is fully aware of the characteristics of exceptional ball striking. He is aware of the characteristics of time, anticipation, and touch. Therefore, it is credible when he claims that a player is truly talented after spending genuine time on the court with them. That's experience speaking. That is one champion identifying true talent in another up-and-coming artist. In all of this, Djokovic is not by himself. Following Indian Wells, Jessica Pegula also intervened to support Alex Eala, and her message was equally potent in its own right. According to reports, Pegula stated that Eala is not defined by a single defeat in the round of 16. What she has previously demonstrated cannot be undone by a single game, one afternoon, or one outcome. Furthermore, it cannot eliminate everything she still has the potential to become.
I mean, she's really good tennis player. Goes for her shots, takes the ball early, rips. Being a lefty is always tricky, competes really well. I mean, mean, obviously she's beaten a lot of top players this week. I don't really think she needs me to tell her that she's a great player, that we're not going to see enough of her, but we definitely are. And she proved that tonight. I mean, that was really tough.
That is a crucial element, particularly for a player like Eala, who is currently dealing with an increasing amount of scrutiny. Every game starts to seem bigger than life when a young player starts to win over fans, inspire a country, and generate genuine enthusiasm on the grandest stages. Every outcome is amplified. Every failure is examined. Every error is repeated. However, Pegula's viewpoint penetrates all of that. She is stating something many ardent tennis enthusiasts are already aware of. One scoreline is not as important as the long-term picture. And she went much beyond. According to reports, Pegula stated that no one watching women's tennis at the moment can dispute Alex Eala's ability in the WTA. That is a significant statement since athletic movement and clean strokes are not the only aspects of potential in tennis. Presence is the key. It has to do with perseverance. It has to do with your ability to give the impression that something significant is happening when you take the court. Eala appears to possess that as well. She is more than a name on a draw sheet with potential. She is turning into a presence, an event, and a narrative. According to reports, Pegula even expressed her want to have Eala appear on her podcast so she could discuss the excitement and attention she is currently bringing to the sport. And you can learn a lot from that. This goes beyond compliments on her quickness and forehand. This acknowledges her influence. Eala is generating enthusiasm, attracting large crowds, sparking discussions, and increasing awareness of women's tennis. That is important. The players care about it. Both the competitions and the sport's future depend on it. Perhaps this is one of the main reasons why there seems to be a lot of support for her at the moment. Results are not the only reason Alex Eala is gaining followers. Because of the way she manages everything related to those outcomes, she is gaining popularity. According to reports, Pegula commended Eala for handling the strain, the weight of expectations, and the celebrity. And that may be the most remarkable aspect of the entire narrative. Because, let's face it, it's not simple to bear the hopes of an entire nation. It's difficult to become a symbol. It's not easy to have millions of fans rooting for every performance. However, Eala appears to be managing it gracefully. She is maintaining her composure. She continues to be modest. She is expressing her gratitude to her fans in a sincere manner. She is also displaying a degree of poise that speaks volumes about her maturity, even in loss. It is impossible to maintain that level of poise for very long. Pressure eventually reveals your true self. Additionally, it appears that Alex Eala has the mentality to manage much more than a single tournament run at this time.
Amazing. I mean, I played her when she kind of broke out last year in Miami, and I'm from there, and the whole crowd was against me, and I was like, what on earth is going on? Like, where do these people come from? And then week after week, as she has done well and established herself as a really good player on tour, they all come out to support her. And so I think we saw that in Australia when it was kind of overcrowded. They put her on too small of a court. We saw it here. You can hear it from the hotel. You can hear the crowd roaring, especially at night. So it's incredible.
Alex Eala is entering the Miami Open 2026 with confidence, momentum, support, and a growing sense that something significant might be on the horizon. And if Novak Djokovic's and Jessica Pegula's statements are any guide, the tennis community also perceives it. Already, one thing is evident. Alex Eala is more than just a young, promising star. One of the most talked about stories in women's tennis is her. And everyone is watching what she does next since Miami is just around the corner. This outpouring of gratitude will only intensify if she rises once again. And if she performs as well on the court as her most ardent fans think she can, the Miami Open in 2026 may be the time when everyone else realizes what Novak Djokovic seems to already know. The tennis world is anticipating Alex Eala's arrival.